Hi, thanks for coming back to the sixth video on my YouTube channel, First Aid for Stress. I'll talk about how your life can be radically changed by the power of your words. You see, words spill energy, and that energy has the power to transform. What was once a nasty dispute is transformed into a satisfying outcome. My words, your words. Those simple, everyday words. They have the power to build you up, or they can stress you right out. To illustrate this, I'll pull out my SPET. Have you ever seen somebody SPET? It's spelled S-P-E-T, and it stands for Sophisticated Presentation Enhancement Tool. So I keep my SPET in a little bag like this. So I'll pull it out. Ta-da! As I said earlier, words spill energy. So this action represents the easy flowing energy waves between two people as they talk. As their emotions heat up, the energy waves move faster and faster until the conversation gets derailed, and then one person slam dunks down on the other. Now, whether you're a slam dunker or a slam dunkee depends on your style of resolving to a dispute or a disagreement. There are 5 classic styles. Before I get to them, I want to do something to make this video as real and relevant as I possibly can. So before I launch into the 5 styles, I'm going to ask you to think back to a tough situation, a dispute or fight that happened fairly recently, maybe last night, or last week, or perhaps even a few months ago. Emotionally charged situations tend to stay longer in our memory. So at this point, bring that memory back. Remember some of the words that were exchanged. Perhaps involve your 5 senses. What room were you in? Or were you outside? What was that person wearing? What was your dominant emotion? Did it change? How did this exchange end? So keep that memory alive as I describe the 5 classic styles. You will recognize one style as being primarily yours. The first style is that of a competitor. If this is you, then you will fight as hard as you can to win. You know exactly what you want, and you won't be satisfied with anything less. If it looks like you may not win, you may even resort to bullying tactics, like that slam dunking action you saw earlier. In this case, you win and the other person loses. Next, we have the compromiser style. This person doesn't have time to sit down and talk about the conflict in any great detail. A compromise solution is often a quick fix. It doesn't last for the long term. Both you and the other person are flexible and willing to give up something in order to gain something else. So it's a many win and many lose for each person. Now for the third style. If you're an accommodator, this means that you are willing to give in or accommodate the other person's needs. You leave your thoughts and feelings out. You do this because you want to avoid a fight. So you lose and the other person wins. The woman in my opening cartoon represents the accommodator. Her happy mask covers her sense of loss and disappointment. Over time, her stress levels keep climbing, and they will eventually impact her health. After all, our issues, they get right inside our tissues. I've met some couples where a competitor has partnered with an accommodator because it is so easy to win all the time. The fourth style is that of the avoider. As you can guess, this person avoids the conflict at all costs. They just walk away, take flight, or freeze. You may be in the avoidance mode because you feel the situation is hopeless, and so you feel helpless. The resulting unhealthy stress levels have been known to trigger depression. The fifth style is that of the collaborator. In this case, you see the conflict as a chance to improve the relationship because you're willing to take as much time as is needed to explore and understand what the other person needs. And your needs will also be fully addressed. In this case, each person wins. Being a mediator, I created SimMed, which provides a very practical guide for collaboration. For the first-time listeners, I'll take a moment to explain that SimMed represents the shortened form of two words, simplified and mediation. Every collaboration involves asking questions, but it can be hard to know which questions to ask. So my SimMed questions provide a conversational guide to resolve your dispute. For more information on SimMed, you can go to my website, lowerstress.me. In parts 2 and 3 of this series, First Aid for Stress, I introduce the SimMed questions. Most people never arrive at common ground. I should say the uncommon common ground that melts down the barriers to reaching a solid solution. SimMed questions include many approaches to uncovering your common ground. The real power of SimMed questions lies in their ability to change your thinking patterns or those of the other person who may be a competitor, accommodator, or an avoider. This allows a collaborative mindset to emerge. And even more importantly, once you've enjoyed the benefits of this expanded mindset, you won't go back. If you're always promising yourself that you'll somehow deal with it the next time that argument happens, well, now is the time to make that SimMed move. You deserve a resolution to your stressful issue. So embrace the challenge. Your happiness springs from harmony, and there aren't really enough meditation minutes or stretches or deep breathing exercises that can provide the practical strategies you need to resolve your stressful situation. So begin by listening to parts 2 and 3 of this series. Now that the strict measures surrounding our pandemic are finally lightening up, I'll be back to my mediation office. If you need formal mediation training or services or a professional speaker, contact me through my website. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up symbol. Thanks for your kind consideration.